White woman accuses black boy of being a thief, then regrets it when she learns who his father is. Wait a second. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more powerful and inspiring stories just like this one. He was just a 12-year-old black boy browsing through books at a high-end department store, his backpack slung loosely over his shoulder, eyes wide with curiosity. But to a nearby white woman, that was enough. She whispered to security, pointing at him with a look of disgust. Moments later, store alarms blared. Shoppers turned. The boy froze. He tried to steal, the woman insisted. But as the chaos unfolded, no one expected the truth that would make headlines across the country. Who was this boy, and why did her accusation ruin her own life? Watch until the end. Malik Johnson was a quiet, well-mannered 12-year-old who loved comic books, robotics, and jazz piano. His father, a highly respected federal judge, constantly reminded him to stay smart, stay calm, and stay kind. It was Saturday, and Malik had begged his mom to take him to the fancy downtown shopping plaza after winning his school's science fair. While she browsed in another store, Malik wandered into a luxury boutique with a built-in bookstore section. He was dressed casually, hoodie, jeans, and his favorite green backpack. But his eyes lit up as he found a limited edition graphic novel he'd read about online. Unaware of the gazes following him, Malik knelt by the shelf and flipped through the glossy pages. But across the room, a white woman narrowed her eyes. In her mind, he didn't belong there, and worse, she thought he was stealing from her. That suspicion would ignite a chain reaction no one could stop. The woman moved swiftly, whispering to a nearby security guard. "That boy, he's stuffing something in his bag," she said, though Malik had done no such thing. The guard, without checking cameras or asking questions, approached Malik. "Excuse me, kid, let me see your bag." Malik, startled, looked up. "I didn't take anything." But before he could say more, the store's anti-theft alarm, accidentally triggered by a clerk scanning another customer's purchase, went off. That was all it took. The woman's voice rose. "I told you, he's stealing." Shoppers stared. Phones came out. Someone laughed. Someone gasped. Malik, frozen in fear, tried to explain. "I was just reading. I didn't—" The security guard grabbed his arm. "We'll sort it out in the back." Tears welled up in Malik's eyes. The woman smirked, smug in her false righteousness. But moments later, Malik's mother arrived, furious and protective. She demanded an explanation. The store manager appeared, but the woman doubled down. "I saw him steal. Kids like him think they're above the law." That's when Malik's mother calmly pulled out her phone. "Then let's call his father. He'll want to hear this." She pressed a button. On speaker, a voice answered. "Judge Johnson speaking." The woman's face went pale. Silence fell over the boutique as Judge Johnson's voice boomed from the phone. "What's going on, Carla?" The manager stammered. "Sir, there was a misunderstanding." Malik's mother calmly replied, "Your son was publicly accused, grabbed, and humiliated for doing absolutely nothing." The security guard loosened his grip. The woman who had pointed the finger now looked horrified. "I want every name," Judge Johnson said. "I'll see you in court." It was then that the woman recognized his name. Judge Anthony Johnson, nationally known, recently appointed to the Federal Circuit Court. Her eyes filled with dread. What she thought was a moment of superiority had just become a career-ending mistake. Cameras caught it all, and now the whole country was watching. The store issued a public apology. The woman, exposed online for racial profiling, lost her job within days. Malik's family filed a civil suit, not for money, but for reform. The incident sparked outrage across social media, fueling conversations on how racial bias still targets innocent black children. Malik, shaken but strong, returned to school and later gave a speech about justice, dignity, and courage. His story became a reminder. Racism doesn't just wear hoods, it whispers in department stores, hides behind smiles, and assumes guilt without evidence. How many more Maliks must face this before we change? Where are you watching from? Drop your city and country in the comments. This conversation must go global. Take care.